Hello, I'm going to be talking to you about choosing a breed of chickens that will meet the small farmer's needs. Have you ever considered raising a small flock of chickens in your backyard? If your answer is no, then I would like for you to know backyard chickens are the fastest growing fad among urban households across the country. People are going chicken crazy right now. If your answer is yes, but you became discouraged because you got overwhelmed with all the different breeds of chickens there are and didn't know which one to get, or what you got wasn't what you had anticipated them to be, then I may be able to help. I've lived on both a small farm and in a rural subdivision and kept poultry in both places. So with my knowledge of the subject, I plan to help you decide, 1, what breed of chicken best suits you, 2, the space and housing needs that you can accommodate, and 3, where to find the resources needed for information on the subject. So let's get started by assuming that you are the person, in fact, considering chickens for your backyard. What's your main focus or purpose for choosing chickens? Is it for egg production, ornamental purposes, or are you interested in the dual-purpose chicken, which is the most common type of chicken to have in the backyard? So let's start with egg production. Egg production chickens come in brown and white egg layers. Sex lengths are the brown egg layers, and the leghorns are generally the white egg layers. These chickens can shell out 280 eggs per hen per year. They're not commonly as friendly as the other breeds for various reasons. Let's move on to our next focus. Ornamental chickens. Ornamental chickens vary from the very quick, high-spirit bantams that strut around like they own the neighborhood and they will be in your neighbor's yard whether they like it or not, to the Cochins, which are more quiet, don't lay near as many eggs, but they are stately and a beauty to behold as they cluck around your feet without a whole lot of fear. All ornamental varieties I've seen interesting to watch and look at, but my personal favorite is the dual-purpose chicken that brings the best out of both worlds. Dual-purpose chickens, as I said earlier, are the most common, and they're the easiest to care for. They're both gorgeous to look at, and they bless you with 3 to 5 eggs every week. Your most common dual-purpose chickens are heavy breeds, and this, as a rule, says they will have a more calm temperament. Heavy breeds come in many different colors and color patterns, so get ready for the variety that they're going to provide. The most common heavy breed of chicken out there is the Rhode Island Red. I would recommend this breed of chicken to anyone trying to get started. There's also the Yellow Buff Orpington and the Brahmas. They're both very calm, very good chickens to have in your backyard. After narrowing the purpose you have for your chicken's needs to be considered, you need to talk about space, type of space that you have. How much space are you willing to give your chickens? If you only have a small area in your backyard, don't be discouraged. I just recently purchased some duck eggs from a woman in East Nashville who had less than 5,000 square feet in her entire fenced backyard. This woman had, I believe it was 4 hens, 1 rooster, and 4 ducks. She also had a children's play set and toys in that backyard. Everything was well kept, well maintained, and it looked great. Small numbers is recommended for the beginners. I would recommend a flock of around 5 Rhode Island Reds. They can live in a comfortable 4-foot by 10-foot mobile chicken tractor as long as you have them move to grass every few days. Move them to new grass, and don't forget to let them out to be able to roam around and forage in the yard. They'll give you about 3 to 4 eggs per day, and they don't require abundance of feed. Can your house eat 2 dozen eggs a week? Before you ask what's a chicken tractor, it's a mobile chicken coop that's usually small enough to be moved by hand and provides several benefits, with making use of small space being the first. If you have a larger area and are considering a larger flock or just move permanent structure to your chicken house, then here's some things you need to know. Generally, about 4 to 6 square feet of space inside the coop is needed, and around 10 to 12 feet of space in the outside chicken run area is needed. This amount of space will help help avoid problems that occur when chickens are too crowded. There are plenty of coop and tractor plans to be found. They can be found on the internet. They can be found also in books. Resources on the subject, they seem endless. One of the best places I know to go and find resources is at Tractor Supply Company or at your local farmer's co-op. They have plenty of information that can help you get started. Some of the magazines out there is the Chicken Magazine. I highly recommend it, along with Story's Guide to Raising Chickens. That's a good book, informative book. Both can be purchased at Tractor Supply. Water containers, feeders, and feed can be bought at these places also. Then there's the internet. It has a lot of good information out there. CackleHatchery.com will give you an explanation of each breed that they sell and provide. Backyard Chickens, McMurray Hatchery, and also the American Poultry Association. As you can see, I've thrown a lot at you in the very few short minutes that I've had. Choosing the right chicken for you will take some homework, but with a little bit of planning, you'll be well on your way to finding the chicken you need. If anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me. I love talking about my subject.